Hello everyone, and welcome back to Tali's Kitchen. Now today we're going to be making oatmeal cookies. Now these turned out absolutely fantastic. For this specific recipe I did not add any flour, any butter or any egg, so it's a really authentic version of oatmeal cookies. I did add some raisins in there because oatmeal raisin cookies are the best. And they turned out absolutely amazing, really nice and crunchy on the edges but still nice and soft at the center, literally like a normal cookie, and it was absolutely delicious. So without any further ado, let's learn how to get these super amazing, super healthy cookies done. So I'm going to be starting here with 1 cup of rolled oats, which I've just gone ahead and added to my food processor here so that I can break it down into flour-like consistency. If you do have a grinder, I'd recommend you use a grinder because I was not able to get a really fine consistency from my oats here. So I believe a grinder would give you better results, but if you just have a food processor, just take your time. It's going to be it's going to take a little bit more time, but you'll be able to get it done. Now at this point I was content with what I could achieve because there's really nothing much I could do. So I'm just going to go ahead and add this to my bowl. So next up I'm going to be adding 1 cup of rolled oats, and then I'm also going to go ahead and add in a 1/2 cup of sugar. Now this was a little sweet, so you can reduce this if you don't want your cookies to be really sweet. So I'm going to be adding here 3/4 teaspoon of baking powder and some pinch of salt. So these are part of my dry ingredients, so I'm just going to go ahead and use my spatula here to just mix everything to combine nicely. Like I said, you're looking for flour-like consistency with the processed oats, so if you have a grinder, please use that. It will be much better. So next up here, just to add in a little bit of flavor, I'm going to be doing a 1/2 tablespoon of cinnamon powder. Now for my store-bought cinnamon powder, I do prefer to sieve this because sometimes it does have some large particles which are not very nice to bite into when you're eating. So this is enough, and now I'm basically done with my dry ingredients, and I'm just going to go ahead again with my spatula here and mix everything to combine. So next up here I'm going to be doing about 3 tablespoons of milk, and then I'm just now going to begin mixing in this is basically our dough today, our cookie dough today. So just use your spatula, be gentle with your oats mixture. And then next up I'm going to be doing here a 1/3 cup of coconut oil, and that's it. We are basically done. Maybe just a little bit of flavors a little later on. So once that is done, just go ahead with your spatula again and mix everything to combine until you form a nice solid dough consistency mixture. So do take your time here to ensure the coconut oil is fully infused into your oats. And then next up, just to add in a little bit of flavor as well, I'm going to be doing 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence, and then we repeat the same process, mixing everything to combine so that our cookies have a uniform taste. So at this point you can go ahead and add in some chocolate chips if you'd like to have chocolate chips in your oatmeal cookies. For me today here I'm going to be doing some raisins, and for this I prefer them to be a smaller size than their usual full size. So I'm going to be using my knife here to just try and cut these raisins into 2, and then once that's done we're just going to pick this up and add this to our mixture. Now this looks good to go, so I'm just going to drop this into my mixture here. You can add in as much or as little as you want, or you can skip this altogether if you don't have raisins or if you don't have any chocolate chips at home, because the cinnamon and the vanilla essence already is very full of flavor and they really bring in a really beautiful taste in your cookies. So this is just something optional that you can add just to bring in a little bit of pizzazz. So this is good. I'm going to let this rest for about 30 minutes just so that the coconut oil can begin to come together, and it will be easier for me to create the balls that you can see here. If you do it immediately, if you try to mold this mixture immediately when the coconut oil is still very runny, then you're going to have a little bit of a problem. So just give it a few minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and you're good to go. So I'm going to be molding my dough here into small little balls. Now, if you do want to create, if you are a fanatic for really equally sized cookies and uniformity, then do use an eighth cup. Is there really an eighth cup? I believe there is an eighth or a quarter cup. Fill it up with the mixture and then now roll it into these balls just so that you have the same size. I'm going to be using here just this container lid to press down my cookies. You can use your hands as well, but I believe using a flat surface makes it a little bit easier to achieve that flat and almost uniform consistency. But I'm still going to go ahead and use my fingers just to press them down a little bit more, because they did feel a little bit thick, but this is still fine. If you like really thick cookies, then you can leave them at this. You might need to rub on a little bit of oil, and you can see me rubbing the container lid, but that's because it already has a little bit of the coconut oil from pressing down the cookies. So you just rub it a little bit to clear the surface and then continue pressing down the cookies. So I'm using my hands here just to press them down a little bit more. I don't like very thick cookies, that's why, but if you don't mind the size that you already are right now, then that's perfectly fine. As you press them down, do ensure you don't lose the shape integrity, because this can easily fall apart. So make sure you secure the edges really well as you press them down. So this is almost good to go, and do leave enough space between your cookies before you put them in the oven, so you can bake this in 2 batches or in 2 different trays. And this is going to go in the oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 18 to 22 minutes. And our cookies are ready. Look at how incredible these look. These turned out absolutely fantastic, and the fact that there is no flour in this is perfect. There are no eggs, so if you're not an egg person, then this is good for you. There is no butter in this. This turned out absolutely incredible. So I hope you do try out this recipe and let me know how it goes in the comment sections below. Consider subscribing, liking and sharing the video, and I will see you all next time with another amazing recipe. For now, bye bye.